Good morning. Hey, where's everybody? I can't believe you paid $600 or $700 and then you'd rather have coffee than listen to me. That's the thing. See, they think this is going to be a serious topic. But what I have prepared for you is just a bit of a comedy show. Alright? So we start off laughing and having some comedy, and then later you can listen to all the dry GST and accounting topics. Right? Morning, everybody. Morning. Negotiators in the house. Show me your hands. Negotiators. Got that or not? Alright, got that. Estate agents in the house, let's see your hands. Illegal agents, let's see your hands. I don't think an illegal agent would dare to step their foot in here, right? We'll have them for breakfast. Okay. The theme for MAREC this year is achieving success in trying times, going beyond your best. I'm not going to stand here and pretend to teach you how to go beyond your best, because I think there are many of you here who are so much more experienced than me and are champions in their own field. What I will try and do is I want to take you on a little journey of where we were and where we are now, and what is lacking in this journey, and why we are facing all the problems that we seem to be facing today. And hopefully, I have no solution. Just like you, I'm stuck. Just like you, I have no solution. Hopefully, I'm just hopeful that by the time I highlight the problems, perhaps a solution will come to you in the next few days as you think about it. So let's have a quick look at some statistics first. Everything we must start with statistics. Don't smile at me, boys, it's not those statistics. I don't mean those. Let's have a look. Total number of registered estate agents as of 2 days ago. 2,000, what's that? Where do I see that? 2,461. And then, before we even proceed to slide number 2, there lies the problem. There lies the problem. There's only 2,461 of us in this whole country. There's 15,500 lawyers. 35,000 doctors, I think, 32,000 architects, 37,000 civil engineers, and God knows how many others. But 2,461 estate agents. It's a small, tiny, measly number. We are, even if the consumer want to appoint an estate agent, there are many small towns and fairly large ones as well, where he can't even probably find one estate agent. I remember 2 years ago, Nixon and I, when Nixon was president, we did a press conference in Siva, and we made a big deal about illegal estate agents. And the next day, the newspaper carried our picture right in front, in the front page there. And Nixon and I both thought, okay, we're going to go to jail for sedition. But at that time, sedition wasn't popular yet. Yeah? It wasn't popular to go to jail for sedition yet. Now it is. So Nixon and I thought, oh my God, what have we done? Front page of the, what paper was it? Early Borneo Times? Daily Express, big picture there. It says 40,000 illegal agents. We said 40,000 in the country, they said 40,000 in Sabah. And then 2 days later, one gentleman wrote to the editor and blasted us to Kingdom Come, because his point was, in the town that I live, there is not even a single estate agent. So tell me why or how can I come to you? What good is the law if I cannot reach you? And he's right, you know. He's right. 702 probationary estate agents. Okay, so in the next 1 or 2 years, we'll reach 3,000. But that's not enough. In my opinion, we need to stick a zero we need to stick a big 0 in front of the 2461. You know what is a speaker's biggest nightmare? Speaking to a hall where there are 2 screens. So he doesn't know which one the good point is. Here, are you going to look there? You don't know what I'm talking about. You think I'm mad. Right? 702 probationary estate agents. Again, there lies the problem. Why is that not 7,000 people? Why has the situation been created where it is almost impossible to become an estate agent? I think to become nuclear scientist is a little bit easier. True? How many of us have negotiators, poor buggers go and study and do exam, fail, then they give up? True? Hey, answer lah. Right? 702. Now here's another big problem we have. Out of 2,400 of us, 1,500 of us run our own firm. Which means nearly every estate agency is a small one-man show. Many of them are virtually one-man show, which means it's only them. Right? The rest of them are one, maybe with 5 negotiators, 10 negotiators, whatever. We are not going to make a difference in the market because we don't know how to merge and become bigger and become strong corporate entities where we can create branding for ourselves, where we can create a lot of customer loyalty for ourselves. Our nature is such that the average estate agent doesn't like to take orders from people. He don't like it when somebody tells him what to do. That's why he chose to run his own firm. So out of 2,400 of us, 1,500 have chosen to open their own company. And real estate negotiators, as of 2 days ago, 13,695. Still, I think it's such a small number because there are vast pockets of Malaysia where there is no estate agent at all, which means that the illegal broker thrives in these areas without a single threat from any one of us. Look at these are the statistics. In Perlis, there's only one registered estate agent. The whole of Perlis only got one. The whole of Sarawak has got more land mass than the whole of Peninsula, I think. But the whole of Sarawak got only 50. 50 estate agents in the whole of Sarawak. And don't get me wrong, actually in real life there's only about 20. Because the other 30 are valuers who by virtue of them being valuers became estate agents, but they don't practice estate agency, they're only practicing valuation. So where are our numbers? We need to think about how we can increase those numbers. Either we got to get the young guys to study harder, or we got to encourage the board to make the exam easier. It's either one or the other. Something must give here. This is something I created for myself. You can disagree with me or you can agree with me, but I don't think I'm very wrong. Maybe I'm a bit drastic. This is the average lifespan of a real estate negotiator. If you look at the chart, month number 1. In the month number 1, if 100 people join the real estate industry in month number 1, it's my opinion that by month number 6, there is an 80% fallout, and there's only, there's an 80% fallout, and there's left only 20%, it should be 20 packs, right? And by the time the next 6 months come, there's another 80% fallout, and we are only left with 4 people. Past President Charlie Chan once told me this when I asked him, I said, why does this happen to me? Every time I recruit, I still end up with only so few. And he said to me, where's Past President Charlie? He's there. He said to me, Siva, this is the story of the rest of your life. Hire, train and fire, hire, train and fire, hire, train and fire, hire, train and fire. True? You told me this. You can't remember also, but you told me this. And it's absolutely true, because that's what we keep doing. We keep recruiting, but we still end up with nothing, right? Because they come and then they go. I've had negotiators who came to work work in the morning, at lunchtime called and said, "It's not coming back again. This job is not for me," he said. "Sorry lah, this job is not for me." Right? Because they're always coming to say, "I want to try real estate." And I always say, "Don't try real estate lah. Real estate will try you." Don't try. You try to fail, go back. Go back and sell used cars or whatever it is you used to do before. So we have a situation where the average lifespan is like a lifespan of a worm. You know, most negotiators don't last a year. And then because of that, the cost of recruiting and training is so high that many estate agents have no time to do anything else. What are our challenges? We've been challenged. The profession is being challenged from many angles. We've been challenged not just by other estate agents and valuers who are our competitors, but we are being challenged by illegal agents, by all kinds of other people, right? Illegal brokers, biggest pawn on our side. We've been complaining for the last 30 years. I've been president for 2 years, and the biggest complaint I've heard for all of 2 years is illegal estate agency. I feel you. I understand what you're trying to tell me, but my hands are also tied. Right? We got so many of these companies that have set themselves up as property marketing companies. Yeah, you see, they got fancy name card, they got better website than us. They are able to penetrate far deeper than us. I don't know how. They got fantastic sounding names, which unfortunately we can't call ourselves. We can't call ourselves consultant, but they all call themselves property consultant, right? But if we call ourselves property consultant, the board come and knock on your door, right? We got to call our people only negotiator or senior negotiator. How boring is that? We can't call them anything else. But these property marketing companies, they call themselves vice president, head of corporate, head of equity wealth, and all kinds of funny words. Sometimes I don't understand the English also. Right? So these people are threatening us, and the developers don't seem to mind. They don't seem to mind going to these guys and giving them exclusive agency. Then we got all these people who call themselves property gurus. Not the property guru, those guys are okay. They are our partners. See the logo here? They are our partners. Okay? These are the guys who call themselves property gurus. And their only claim to fame is they can come up on stage and talk rather convincingly. And they seem to have written some books with fancy titles. How to retire before you are 18. Own 300 properties by the time you're 6 years old. Yeah? They have all these funny books that they call themselves bestseller. Right? It's very strange. Every book ever written by any human being is a bestseller. Right? But I see most of them giving the book away for free. I don't know how it becomes a bestseller, right? So they claim to have written a book, they can come on stage and speak, and they make a dubious claim that they bought 300 properties before they reached the age of 30. And they call themselves a property guru. And they are so highly in demand now. You look at all the property launches every week at the property launches, many of these guys are speaking. They're speaking and they're espousing their ideas and they're convincing the buying public to come to them. Because they can open all kinds of doors with the developer for the buying public. Mortgage consultants are acting as estate agents. Mortgage consultants, yeah, we all know that. They sell mortgage, but they sell property also. We all know that. Investor clubs, no need to say, yeah? These investor clubs, they call themselves investor clubs, but they are doing nothing but conducting the business of estate agency. Some investor clubs are of course run by bona fide estate agents. That's okay, we don't touch them, they're okay. We are now concerned about those estate investor clubs who are run by other people. In fact, even some of the property portals have started to set up investor clubs and become real estate agents. They're going to the developer and telling the developer, look, instead of you paying me 200,000 for an advertisement in my portal, Why don't you? Don't pay me anything. Every case I close, every property I sell, give me 3%, give me 4%. And they're making the money. And when we approach them and ask them, they say, oh no, that's not an agency fee, that's an advertising fee. Right? And the developers don't seem to mind giving it to them. Right? So why does this happen? Why are all these challenges affecting us every single day of our lives? Number one, the act. Right? The act. Unfortunately, limits us from doing so many things. The act and the rules, right? The act tells us, you can only do this, you can only do this, you can only do this. We sell a property worth $1 million, we make at best $30,000, $60,000 at best. That's the highest we will ever get, $60,000. We can't even sell anymore. Those guys can sell $1 million property and make $100,000 because they mark up here, mark up there, take from this side, take from that side, do all kinds of funny rubbish, and they make more money. So the act somehow, for some reason, stifles us a little bit while it allows them to go free. The board seems to be powerless. We've been complaining about the board for the last 30 years and we're saying the board is useless, the board is useless, the board is useless, the board is useless. Actually, it's not that they're useless, right? If unfortunately the act does not convey upon them the authority to act against anyone who's not a registered estate agent. So basically, only we are scared of them. No one else in the world is scared of them. Right? Only estate agents. Last time negotiator also not scared of them. Now you got tech already, you also scared. Only estate agents. So next I think we are going to lobby the board is illegal broker tech. So the tech also say illegal broker. So only those who are registered come under the act. If you are an illegal estate agent, the board cannot do anything. So no matter how many times you want to bark at them, it's useless. It's pointless barking at them because they are as powerless and helpless as us, and the act is the one that creates that situation. The police seem to have been full of apathy, right? The police, they dah ada kes dari lantai sampai bumbung. Orang rogol, orang bunuh, orang rompak pun kita tak boleh tangkap. Macam mana kita mau tangkap estate agent? It's true. On one hand they say that, then on the other hand they say there is no crime in this country. Malaysia is crime free. So you guys, after this, at the end of the day, when you finish your cocktail, you stumble to the car park, your car is not there, don't worry, it's actually there, it's only perception. It's actually still there. So police seem to be quite completely apathetic about us. Nobody seems to care. We are trying to engage the commercial crimes division now, but it's a long haul and I really don't see anything happening, right? The registrar of companies also complicit. Because sometimes some of these illegal estate agencies, they go to the registrar of company and they register a real estate marketing company. And you see their register, you see their charter, it says sale and rental of real estate. And the answer is always, hey, we are registered with registrar of companies, we are legal. Who are you to tell me I'm not legal? I have a registration from the government of Malaysia. So the right hand not talking to the left hand. So when you go to the registrar of companies and talk to them about the act, the guy has never heard of the act in his life. He doesn't know there's such a thing called the Values, Appraisals and Estate Agents Act. The police also don't know. Nobody seems to know there's that. So we have guarded our act very well as a biggest secret since Aladdin and his cave. Yeah? The developers also don't seem to care. They don't seem to ask anybody, do you have a registered, do you have an estate agency? They are only interested in asking the clerk, how many people you got in your investor card? How many followers you got? How many people on your Facebook? 20,000. Okay, I choose you. Yeah. The other day, a developer asked me to speak at their launch. Then they called me back and they canceled, don't want to speak. So I rang them back and said, hey, why do you want to speak? What happened? They said, no, it's not that. We have now chosen this other guy who is one of the property guru who wrote 3 books and bought 300 houses. They said because 90% Number one, he got free book to give away at the launch. And number two, he got 40,000 followers on Facebook. And he will e-blast their brochure to these 40,000 people. I only got 500 or 600. You guys all after this, follow me on Facebook. So immediately I got 700. Yes, it's true. This is a real story. I'm telling you what happened 3 days ago. The developers don't care. They don't care whether you're registered or not. They just sell with anybody. So our opportunity of trying to sell is gone. In fact, if you speak to some of the estate agents around here, and I know I'm looking at them, some developers actually ask you to deposit money before you can get exclusive agency, because the investor club is willing to do that. So now they want you also to deposit money first. You don't sell what you promise them, your target, your money lost. Hilang. Right? Lawyers, I mean, that's why you don't go there, huh? We all know that a lot of lawyers are masquerading as real estate people. In fact, some estate agent sent me a WhatsApp from a lawyer. The lawyer is sending to a lot of estate agents and negotiators. I think this lady, she's getting the number from iProperty or Property Guru. She's sending a WhatsApp to estate agents and negotiators and saying to them, maybe to negotiators, why do you want to take the deal to your company and share a fee with the company? No need. Come straight to me. You can park it in my client's account. I'll do the offer letter and give you 100% back. Because what the lawyer gets is they get the conveyancing work. Has any of you seen this WhatsApp? Anybody? No. Oh, it's true. Somebody sent it to me. Then asked me to go and complain to the bar council. I said, how to complain with your WhatsApp? Write an official letter to me, officially to MIA, and then we take it. But you know what? The average estate agent cannot lift a pen and write it on a piece of paper. So the complaint never comes. Okay? What can we do? What then can we do if we are in this dilemma now? We know the board is not empowered to act. It's not their fault. The registrar told me that at the last time they amended it, they did draft an enforcement clause in there that gave the board enforcement powers. But the Ministry of Finance took it out. They took out the enforcement powers because they said that enforcement is only given to the police, to the customs, Bank Negara and Bursa. No one else has enforcement. And if they give that enforcement to the board, then there is some worry that the architects, the engineers, the quantity surveyors, everybody will ask for enforcement. So they did do the right thing. They drafted it. This one, the registrar told me herself. They drafted it, but it was taken out. So they don't have enforcement. The police say it's a victimless crime. Never mind lah. The flood, he want to sell, he want to buy, they want to appoint the agent, let him be lah. It's a victimless crime. But it's not a victimless crime, ladies and gentlemen, because we are the victim. We are the victim. The government of Malaysia is the victim because we pay tax, they don't pay. The customs department is a victim because we pay GST, they don't pay. The economy is a victim because we employ people, we on the aircon and the lights and we keep the economy churning, but they don't do that. The buyer and the seller is a victim because sometimes they sell underpriced and they mark up and take extra money on the side. Everybody is a victim here, but nobody seems to realize that it's not a victimless crime. We ourselves, we can't do much. We made hundreds of police reports. Make, also no use, nothing happened. We need a new strategy. The old strategy is not working. It's like a dog chasing his tail round and round and round. No matter how hard he chases it, he is not going to catch the tail. Continuing to do the same thing, the same way, and expecting a different result is pure madness. So it's time for us to stop the approach that we have taken. It's no use already. No use. You want to make how many more police reports you want to make? How many more complaints you want to write to the board? What some more we want to do that we haven't already done? We need to reinvent ourselves. I think is the only way. We need to reinvent ourselves. For some reason, the valuation companies who are real estate agents do not seem to have too much trouble with illegal agents. Illegal agents don't seem to bother them because they run an estate agency with 4 people, 5 people, 8 people, 10 people, and they do estate agency with selected clients, corporate clients, a little bit more high end, and they are like MAS flying at 30,000 square feet, 30,000 feet, and the illegal agent is like a firefly flying at 12,000 feet. They don't meet each other. They don't meet each other at all. Our problem is many of us are flying at 12,000 feet also, so we are constantly crashing into them. It's time to fly a bit higher. Because I find it very strange that for the longest time, the valuers never complain about illegal agents. We always say, yeah, that's because you don't do estate agency, don't talk. But actually, that's not true. Many of them do estate agency also. Many of them are successful estate agents in their own right. But because we have 300 people and they only have 3, we think they don't do estate agency. Sometimes, let me tell you, there are 3 people who their annual billing is more than our 300 people. For what? True? Not true? I think it's true. Because I worked in some companies and small company, only 4-5 people can bill a few million every year. Right? So, the registration of real estate agent in the 80s, that also actually didn't work because there were 2,000-3,000 people practicing as estate agents, but when the window opened, only 800 jumped through the window. The rest of the 1,000 plus or 2,000 people remain as illegals and still till today are still alive. The registration of negotiators, again the same thing happened. 22,000 people came and signed up for the classes, but only 13,600 registered. The other 7, 8, 9,000 people again have disappeared into the woodwork. I tell you why they disappeared. Because when this exercise first started, they were scared what's going to happen to them. So all the illegal agents came and take the course. Then they keep the certificate. Then they said, let's wait and see whether the board will catch anybody or not. If the police or the board don't catch anybody, then this certificate is useless. I put it in my drawer. If they start catching, then quickly I will go and find an estate agent and register with him. That's what's happening. So all the illegal fellows are coming to our class and studying for 2 days, and then taking the certificate and going back. Some of them actually took the certificate and went to the board to open an estate agency. Yeah. And when the girls at the counter said, hey, you can't open an estate agency. No. Siva from MIT said, I can. Use my name, use Soma's name. Siva said, can. So after the first time, 4 or 5 times this happened, Miss Maha called me one afternoon and said, what the hell are you trying to do? What are you teaching people? You're telling them with the certificate can open agency. These are all the illegal fellas. They will come and study the course for 2 days, get the certificate, go on to open real estate agency. We need to practice self-regulation. We need to maintain our own high standards so that we don't drop. If we drop, we are flying at 38,000 feet, don't drop to 12,000 feet because that's where all the illegals are flying. So fly a little bit higher, right? We need self-enforcement. You know, in other parts of the world, in America and in Australia and so many other places, there is no board to govern them. Their own association, you self-govern. You govern yourself. We need to get to the point where we self-govern. We need to raise our standards, like I said just now. There is no other way. Let me tell you, the menace of the illegal estate agent is not going to go away soon. Perhaps in the future, we find a new way. But I can tell you now, after having been president for 2 years and tried very hard, the menace of the illegal estate agent is not going to go away anytime soon. The only chance we have is to fly above them so they don't disturb us so much. We need to have our negotiators trained. Most of the time, a lot of the problems, a lot of the complaints that come to the board is all the negotiators doing funny things. And sometimes it's not their fault because they don't know any better. They have not been trained. Nobody taught them anything. So they just continue to do whatever they think they can do best. Right? Some of us, ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not, are still stuck in the 80s. Some of us are still stuck in the 80s. The hairstyle only changed. We don't have the groovy hairstyle, right? But our mindset, our mentality all still stuck in the 80s. We're in 2015 already now. Come on, guys. Sometimes we send emails to people and then they call us and scold us and say, why you never tell me got MAREC'? Why you never tell me got MAREC'? I said, oi, we sent out the email nearly 30 times already. Oh, I never opened my email. Excuse me? 1918? I just want to break the monotony. How many of you have seen this picture? This is a real life picture hung really high up on the tree. With the picture of this girl here. I hope she's not here. The picture of this girl. And it says, beware of this owner. Estate agent helped her sale house. The English was so wrong. Estate agent helped her sale house. She undercut and refused to pay agent fee. Come. From now onwards, let's all invest in a tall ladder. Every time you don't pay a fee, I show you this. When you go and make a presentation to a client, you say my fee is 3%. It's payable when the both of you sign the sale and purchase agreement, and 10% is paid. In the event you don't pay me, have a look at this picture first. You still want to appoint me or not? I think it's a good idea. Yes? This is an actual pamphlet, actual flyer that was put into the door of everybody in a particular condominium, and it came back to us as a complaint. Dear sir, madam, if you want to sell your properties in the Kapong area, please call me, phone number. I got ready buyers. Try me and you will be happy. Yeah, try me and you will be happy. Any of you would like to try him? You'll be happy, I promise you. Yeah? And then, King of Kapong. There was another flyer, Alex Gomez showed it to me. Queen of Pujong. So if this is what we do, then how different are we from the illegal estate agent? I mean, how different are we? We are almost, and that's why we're constantly colliding with them. It's our fault. My friends, it's our fault. We hire anyone. True or not? True lah, don't lie lah. We hire anyone, what? Anyone walk through the door and say, I would like to be a negotiator. Yes, come and join me. Straight away give you an employment letter. No problem, what? We hire anyone. You know why? Because it's no bloody cost to us. We have devised a system where we victimize everybody else except ourselves. We don't want to pay salary. Last time the mandatory salary come, estate agents were up in arms. Want to boycott, want to do, what do you call it? Demonstration. Want to demonstrate in the middle of Menara UOA. Let the board see us demonstrating because of salary. We don't want to pay salary. 5 cents also we don't want to pay salary. We don't want to pay EPF, we don't want to pay SOXO, we don't want to pay the handphone bill, we don't want to pay the advertisement bill. We actually don't want to pay anything. And then we turn it around and give them 70%, 80%, 90% commission, 100% also can. Did you all get an SMS 2 days ago that the fellow is looking for negotiator, can pay 98% commission? Did you all get? I got an SMS. Did you all get? 98 lah. We pay sky high commissions, right? How do you survive if you pay 98%? How do you survive? We must be the only profession in the world where we are fighting our authority because they ask us to pay only 40. Every other profession would have clapped with joy. Only 40, great! I can take 60. But we're now paying people 70, 80, 90, 98 already now. 100 also I heard God. 100% also God. Last time if they pay 100%, then you have to pay them 2,000 a month. Every month, whether you close deal, don't close deal, you pay. That $2,000 has dropped. I heard now is 250 ringgit only. You can keep your 100%, every month you have to pay rental 250 ringgit only. That 250 ringgit cannot even buy a virtual office with just a virtual phone number and address, you know. That's how cheap it is. That's what we're doing. We don't interview them. They interview us. It's true. We don't interview nobody. Don't ever be misled into thinking that you're interviewing your negotiator. They are interviewing you. I put an ad in the newspaper 3 days ago. One guy called me. He said he's supposed to come for an interview. Of course, they all, when 10 fellas tell you they're coming for interview, only one fella will turn up. Right? The other 9 fellas, when you call him, he forgot already he told you. Because he told so many other people already, you know. And the guy told me that he's not free to come to my office. Can I come to his office? Yeah, it's a true story. So we don't interview them, they are interviewing us. They are going from estate agency to estate agency to see who is the most perfect fit for them. And then they will decide. You know why? Because if they go to 10 agency, they will get 10 jobs. If they go to 50 agency, they will get 50 jobs. That's why we are in this predicament. The negotiator actually is the boss. He tells you what to do. He tells you what to do. You don't tell him what to do, because the moment you tell him what to do, he goes to the next firm already for a little bit higher fee. We need to be more responsible to our negotiators. We really do. We need to be more responsible to our negotiators. When I was a small boy, I lived in Sentul. I was a squatter in the heart of Sentul. Sentul last time like a gangster's paradise, you know. Now only got Central, East, Central, West. Now they divided it already last time, no. So at the back of my house, we got chickens. Yeah, we got many chicken. We got goat also. Chicken, we got goat also. We want to progress the horse. Every morning, I tell you true, every morning, my grandfather will get up and come and open the rabat ayam. And all the chicken will run out. Then he will open the kandang kambing. And all the kambing will run out. We don't know where they go. The whole day they will be missing. The whole day they will be missing. We have no clue where they are. In the evening, they all will come back. And they will go back into their own kandang, and with them we lock it up. We don't feed them. We don't worry about them. They never get sick, only to go back all. We have no clue where they are or what they are doing. Every morning we let go, at night we bring back. And that's how we treat our negotiators. I bet you, if I ask each one of you what your negotiators were doing, you have no clue. Morning open and go, night come back and lock up. That's all. So same thing, negotiator, do whatever you want lah. Got deal lah, come and talk to me. No deal, don't waste my time. You're already on 90%. Don't waste my time anymore. When we teach class, the NCC, the Negotiators Registration Course, I always give the MIA card to everybody, and I always tell them, okay, since you know me, if you got any issues or whatever, you call me, if I can help you, I help you. I tell you something, I haven't even driven my car out of 32 Square. I have not yet paid the parking on my phone ring already. Mr. Siva, I was just at your class just now. Can I ask you something? The other day I sold the house, then the buyer said like that, seller says like that, then the lawyer now said like that. What can I do? I said, hey, why you ask me? Go and ask your boss lah. I'm not your boss lah. Go and ask your own boss lah. Don't ask me. And I swear to you, I get 3 standard answers. I get 3 answers. Answer number 1, no, I asked him already, he don't know. Answer number 2, I asked him, he said, go and find out yourself. Yeah, because you're paying so much, where go to? I asked him already, he said, go and find out yourself. Answer number 3 is the best. I asked him already, he said, better ask you, your president, you know better. How like that? This reminds me of the chicken and goat that used to live in my house. They need to be more accountable to us. They cannot run around like the chicken and the goat. They need to be accountable. They need to tell you what they're doing. You need to understand where they are and what they're doing. As long as you have no control over them, it really then means that they have control over you. There is no two ways about it. If you're not controlling them, they're controlling you. And the way things are going now, they're controlling us. Stop treating them like our cash cows. Stop. Just don't recruit. 200, 300, 500, 600. We got some people 600 negotiators. Then you don't know what, how can you possibly know what 600 people are doing? So you don't even know their name now. Right? So how are we accountable to them? We actually treat them like cash cows because they are of no cost to us. Never mind, you don't perform also, it doesn't matter. You are of no cost to me. Even if 1 year you bring one deal also, it's better than no deal. I take your 10%, and give you back your 90%. You are no cost to me. They are humans and they deserve our care. The only way we are going to fly away from the 12,000 to the 38,000 feet is if we encourage these people to fly up there with us together. No point one aeroplane here flying, 200 aeroplanes flying here. No point. No point at all. Because you're still going to collide with the illegals. The registration exercise, let me tell you, is the best thing that ever happened to us. Besides the first exercise in 1981 of registering real estate agents, the registration exercise of 2013 is the best thing that has ever happened to us. And yet, so many of us are fighting it. So many estate agents are fighting it. I teach class regularly, so I hear all the different stories. I know what's happening. There are many estate agents who tell their negotiators, there's no training yet. The NCC is Negotiators Certification course that's being run by ISM, PEPS and RISM and a couple of other people. So in order for you to get your tag, you're going to go for the 2-day course, right? A lot of estate agencies tell their negotiator, no, there's no course yet. You please wait. I will let you know. I'll let you know when is the next course. Because they have gone way above their 20 or 30, whichever the case may be. And they are afraid that if they tell the negotiator, I'm sorry, I cannot get you a tag, that negotiator will run away to another company. So they lie to the negotiator and tell them, sorry, you have to wait. There is no course yet. MIA not conducting anything. I think now is March, right? The next course is in June only. You wait till June, don't worry. I will register you when the course comes available. Many of them tell these negotiators, okay, you come and start work first. You've got probation period 3 months. At the end of 3 months only, then only I will send your tag in for processing. You know why? Because they use the 3 months to see whether you are good or no good. If you're good, I keep you, sack someone else. If you're no good, I sack you, keep the whole flood. Do you understand? Yes. Some of them got even, you start work first, you reach a target, hit the target, then only register you. You don't hit the target, don't register you. We are breaking the law. Because the board very clearly says that a negotiator will not do a viewing or will not contact the client, will not close a deal if he doesn't have a tag. So, we complain about illegal estate agents selling property without registration. We encourage our negotiator to break the law of the board, that's okay. If the law is broken in our favor, no problem. If the law is broken in other people's favor, cannot. Two standards. Some people tell the negotiator, no, we already submitted, but the board very slow. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, they're still waiting. Some poor people are calling me and telling me, I came for your class when it was still a 1-day course. I still not get my tag till today. I said, excuse me, your certificate expired already. Now you have to come back for a 2-day course. But I gave it to my boss. I don't know this between you and your boss. A lot of people, a lot of estate agents take the original from the negotiator and keep. So now when I tell the negotiator, if that's the case, then take your certificate, go to another agency. Oh, I can't, my boss is keeping my certificate. This is like what you know. When you go Indonesian maid, you hide the passport, so she cannot run away, and then even you hide your passport, the Indonesians still run away in the night. Don't worry, no need that. Nobody will bother. They are being told that. Negotiators are being told that. I'm only repeating to you stories that the negotiators have told me. Their boss said, no need that. You carry on, nothing will happen to you. God cannot do anything, don't worry. So if this is the attitude we have, then how are we going to achieve anything? How are we going to go beyond your best? How are we going to do this? This is our attitude. We are prepared to break the law when it is convenient to us. Don't worry, if the board catch you, we will pay your fine. Yeah. The board catch you, never mind, we will pay your fine for you, no problem. There are some companies I know make it a habit to be at the board all the time, because every time I go for any meeting, and I go quite often, every time I go, I always see the same 2-3 fellows only there. So one time I told them, hey, why don't the three of you, I'll just take an office in Menara UOA, it's easy for you to come and go. No need to drive and park also. Because you are here, every time I come, you are here. Look at this. We always think that all these yellow signboards are illegal agents, right? Let me tell you, they are not. 95%, maybe 98% of them are registered estate agents and negotiators. Yes, it's true. There you go. Have you seen this? They're all over the place now. Yeah? So the ground floor, Bukit Ramah, listen, your area, listen, listen. Listen, your area, listen. You are. So the ground floor, Bukit Ramah, we took lah, estate agent take. Mezzanine, pinjaman, mezzanine, we give the along. Then the upstairs, first floor we take also estate agent take, or mezzanine floor we sublet to the along. Sometimes we give to ubat kuat lelaki. Sometimes on the top floor here got volcano massage. Right? Volcano massage. Who don't know what's volcano massage? See Christian. So my massage friend told me one time, hey, I thought in Malaysia don't have volcano. I said, brother, that's a different type of volcano. Look at that. That's an estate agent. Put a pencil there and put the car there. At the back is a condominium. The management of the maintenance office don't let him in. So he stick himself out here, on the side there put one chair and table. Illegal estate agent? I don't think so. I think legal estate agent. Or at least negotiator. Negotiator doing, then the principal don't know what that he's doing. Most of this, the negotiator is doing. Then when the board catch them, go to the disciplinary committee and answer. The principal always got the same story. I didn't know that he's doing all this. I really didn't know that he's doing all this. Yeah, morning you open the conduct and night you close the conduct. How you know? I also don't know where my company went last time. Again, another one. Oh, real life example. I never Photoshop. It's actual real one. There, this one. And this one, look at this one. I want to show you all this because it's quite funny. I think it's quite funny. Can you look up here? See the signboard up here? See very high, can see or not? You guys can see or not? Up here, up here. Everybody can see? I wonder how they stuck it up there. This is a 7-foot wall, so that's 14 feet, this 16, 18 feet. How did they get up there? They put a ladder? Maybe, but bloody hell. What an effort it must have taken for them to bring a commercial ladder which is 18 feet in the air and put it up here. So I asked one of my NCC class, that one of the students said, they hire monkey to go and hammer the thing. But I tell you something, you know, when we always tell the adults, think out of the box, think out of the box, think out of the box, think out of the box. I tell you, our little children is better. For children, there is no box even. Their spatial thinking is very different. So one day at home, I was showing some friends this exact picture, and we were all wondering how the hell the girl climbed so high and put the thing, whose ladder or what, how did he do this? And my little 6-year-old daughter came, and then And she said, no lah, they would have put it at the bottom here, then the tree grew up already. It's true, right? It's true. Haven't we seen this everywhere? We've seen this everywhere. Ask Stephen, where's Stephen? Stephen told me last time there was a shop lot that he had. It's his shop lot, you know. An estate agent put a signboard up that you don't even know who he is. And Stephen called him, and that guy tried to sell Stephen's shop lot back to Stephen. Look at this. Yeah? Have we seen this? Business without capital? Sure we have. Plenty times. Once in a while, there's a bit of success. There's a policeman come and catch, raid, and lose everything. This, I think Alex told me, this is when they raided the company that manufactures the yellow signboard. It's an estate agent. And then you become famous. For a little while, you have fame. Right? Now, this basically happens because of the 1:20 rule. We want to employ more than 20, but we can't. So we bluff our negotiator, we keep on employing 20, 30, 40. When this registration exercise first started, one guy came to me and asked me, what is going to happen in my company? We got 200 negotiators, but only got one registered license. 200. I said to him, no, I think you're mistaken. He said, no, I'm not mistaken. I worked there 11 years already. 200 negotiators he has recruited. So now this registration exercise comes, he's panicking. Because he will only get 20 tax. The other 180, what is he going to do? So he does all kinds of nonsense. Yeah? We have no respect for authority, and I already showed you this. Can put lampposts, can put anywhere, don't care about the board. We're supposed to work under the board, within the ambit of the board, but we don't care about the board. We do whatever we want. We employ more than 1:20. We let our negotiators go and do anything that they want. We got no respect for the board. We really don't care. Because we feel, we are untouchable, they can't catch us. They only got 2 inspectors. Right? We have no respect for the profession, because if we did, we won't do this. If we did, we won't do this. Because really, you will never, ever, ever find a doctor putting a flyer under your door, in your lamp, in your post box, to say, King of Appendix, try me and you will be happy. You will never find a doctor or a lawyer or an accountant sticking flyers under your door. Never. They are professionals, they behave like professionals. In order for change to happen, you need to change yourself first. Otherwise, the whole exercise is pointless, right? We need to start treating our negotiators better. We really need to start treating them better. We need to get them all registered. If you can only employ 20, then go and ask the board to give you an extra 30. We fought like mad to get the extra 50%. Use it, get the extra 30 and stop there. There's no need to go to 100, because when you got 100 also, only 20 working, the other 80 not working. Sack them, kick them out, and you'll always be okay, right? We need to stop breaking the rules ourselves. You cannot impose on people anything that you're not prepared to impose on yourself. We need to have respect for the dignity of our own profession. This is our profession. Hey, for most of us, this is the only thing that we got. Nothing else we got. Everywhere you go, you cannot afford to have people laugh at you and say, what kind of very profession you belong to, yellow signboard everywhere. The other day, one guy told me, hey, I got a problem with you. You're president of MIA. I want to make a complaint. Can't you tell your people that the property is either for sale or to let? Why can't they make 2 banners? Why it's so cheapskate? I make 1 banner for sale rent and then stick the banner up there. And then the customer doesn't know whether it's for sale. True or not? We do this all the time. Only save $10 Make 2 banner How unprofessional is this? The fellow told me, hey, I got a problem with you. Your president of MIA come and make complaint against you. Why can't you not make 2 banners? Shy, you know. Especially he told me in front of 20 people, 18 of whom were girls that I was trying to hit on. So that's the end of my chance that day. Regular trainings is the only way. If you don't train your regular negotiators on a regular basis, there is no way they will be anything different from what they are today. Right? Get them to wear their tax tags with pride. I always tell the class, but I see everywhere I go, I see people without tags. Sometimes I go to some property exhibition, when I'm walking past some booth, I see 5-6 people running. Yeah, I've seen it before. I'm walking, I saw 5-6 people running, and then burying their tag and coming back because they saw me come, they're scared. Wear your tags with pride lah. Be like the doctor. You know, the doctor and the stethoscope. They tell you the stethoscope story. Be like the doctor. The doctor wears his stethoscope everywhere he go. He go for lunch also, he will put his stethoscope just around here like that, and he put there and eat his lunch. I wonder why. Is he halfway through eating, he check himself and say, I'm still alive, I'm still alive. Because he wants everybody to know he's a doctor. It's true. Because he went to college, he went to university to study, become doctor 5-6 years, a few years more than other people. Right? Lawyers, masters are 2 years can be. 5-6 years he studied, then he go to do housemanship, whatever. Then he gets that white coat. Then he wears the white coat and goes to work and he says, wow, now I got a white coat. Everywhere I go, people will know I'm a doctor. Then he walks into Scientific Medical Center and he looks, the nurse also got a white coat. The hospital assistant also got a white coat. Pharmacist also got a white coat. The X-ray fellow also got a white coat. The Bangladeshi sweeping the floor also got a white coat. So he decided, I go like that, cannot, I better wear my stethoscope. Everywhere people know I'm a doctor. The Bangladeshi will know stethoscope. So get your negotiators to wear the tag with pride. Otherwise, there will be no meaning to this big exercise that we've done. Many of us sacrificed one whole year to put this together. Give some meaning to it. Instill in them a pride for this profession. Make sure you let them know this is your profession also. And when people laugh at estate agents, they're actually laughing at you. Okay? Everybody worry about trying times. Everybody think what's going to happen. Don't worry, we are lala. Good times we friend the buyer. Good times we friend the seller. Bad times we friend with the buyer. So we go where the wind blows us. It's okay, it's alright. Nobody say cannot. Yeah? It's okay. Our employment dilemma, the 1:20 rule, that's killing us. Now, if the board won't take it away, then you have to learn how to live with it. And if you cannot learn to live with it, then this problem will start, right? But we've already got new exemptions on the contract of service, so it's made it a lot easier for estate agents now. We have to increase our own uptime by reducing supervision. The only way to reduce supervision is to do more training so that your negotiator is independent and able to operate on his own somewhat. Right? Teamwork. Quality over quantity. I still say this. There's no point having 300 negotiators if only 20 are working. Might as well just have 20 and kick out the other 280. What numbers game are we playing if the numbers aren't making a difference? Right? We need to start merging. I think we need more of this. I said this a few times. A lot of these individual estate agencies, it's time to start merging and become bigger corporate bodies. I really think this is the way forward for our profession. It's just like how the banks merged 10 years ago. And it's just like how many other plantation companies merged. And many other professions are merging except us. I think it's time for us to merge and form corporate bodies so that we are able to handle bigger real estate work. Diversity, I think it's time, many of us, we do only industrial or commercial or residential. I think we really have to diversify and do more things. Right? I think we need to start taking on foreign assignments. When I say foreign assignment, doesn't mean bringing Australian property here to sell. Like everything, every time we do the same thing. I think there is an opportunity for us to do consultancy work overseas. Yeah? I think we need to think of new compensation strategies. I believe this 70%, 80%, 90% paying negotiators will be the death of every one of us. Really, it will be the death of every one of us. I think we need to have a new compensation strategy. I think we need to think about how we can pay them much less commissions because we pay them a higher salary and we give them bonuses and we give them benefits and there's a lot of extra things in there. I think the tide will change. You may think I'm sounding very radical, but it's something that I've done before for many, many years. And And I think if enough of us do it, the tide will change. Right? This is the tag. Just for those of you who never seen the tag, this is the tag. This is what it looks like. Red for negotiator, blue for estate agent. Alright? This is an idea that Soma had, but we decided not to do it now. Okay? These are some of the taglines that we've used in the last 1 year in our marketing campaign, in our awareness campaign. Yeah, unlawful brokers don't have tags, right? Only real estate agents and negotiators wear their tags. So we want to try and instill in the buying public, in the consumer, the need for them to check if your negotiator doesn't have a tag, don't deal with him, right? So change is good, right? Every so often we hear about people asking this to change, that to change, this to government change this, change the board, change everything. The only thing we don't want to change is ourselves. That's the only thing we don't want to change ourselves. We really need to do that. That's the first thing we need to change. If we want to make a difference, that's the first thing we need to change, right? So start making that change. All of you say no to illegal brokers, no tags.